spectacular mayor she is, because in that press release, she had that same smile that she had at that when we were in the choir. That smile is like, I'm going to make you smile too, so get ready for it. And her exact words, she said, Mayfield is still here. Um, she said, and her exact words after that were, "Pray for us now, but we're going to be okay." And that stuck with me. I never forgot that. And every message she had from those, because she did so many different interviews with national networks, NBC, CBS, ABC, they were all coming to interview her. Washington Post, New York Times, everybody was coming to talk to the leaders of this town. And every time, every person she spoke with, her general message remained the same. It was just like, we're going to get through this. It's not going to be easy, but we're going to do it. And I saw the community really rally behind that message. Um, they this was not going to define them. There are going to be hard days ahead, but they're like, we're going to get through this. We're going to rebuild, and we're going to rehabilitate, and we're going to come back. And in the years to come, that's going to be us. And it's a testament to the resiliency of that town. And it's in no small way, it's pretty amazing. And one of the hashtags that started up was Mayfield Strong. And that's, been going around gaining a whole lot of steam, and people are rallying behind that message, Mayfield Strong, Mayfield Strong. And just to further that, when people, there's, of course, naturally with disasters, this outpouring of people wanting to make a difference and help, and they started sending in so many supplies. And they all went straight to Mayfield because it got all the attention. Well, the people in Mayfield, they're gathering it up. And at one point they said, we we actually may have more than enough supplies right now. So we're going to take some of the supplies we're getting and take them to the other communities around us that aren't getting as much attention, that need just as much help as us. And I see this watching from a distance, and it really makes me proud, um, to see what this place that reared me is doing now. Just to see that resiliency, I'm proud of them. I'm proud of what they're doing, and I take a little bit of pride that I can say that I came from a community that did that, and that's still doing that. It's like I said, it's an amazing thing happening there, in the face of a tragedy, and it's just, they often say you learn about people's character when they're faced with hardship, and we're learning about my hometown's character right now. And there have been times in the past that this town embarrassed me, frustrated me, made me angry. I distinctly remember way back, there was a controversy one time when a group of Muslim people from, I've lost track of what country they were from, they wanted to establish a community center for their own people of their own faith. And there was this huge uproar of it. A bunch of conservative people got really angry, didn't want this, they didn't want anything Islam in their area. And people flooded to one of the public meetings to grant them this request. And enough people were there that they ended up not granting it. I mean, and there's distinct images, I've never forgotten this, that when they denied the request for them to have their community center, you could see, I remember one woman had her hand up in the air, praising the Lord above that this was stopped. And I cringed when I saw it, and I walked away from it just like, I cannot believe my town would do such a thing. Well, I came to find out, really, my town didn't do that. That wasn't Mayfield. It turned out that everybody who flooded that meeting, most of them were not even from Mayfield. In fact, apart from myself, the people on that board, and the other handful of local radio journalists, nobody in that room was from Mayfield. They were from the far reaches of the counties, neighboring towns, and they decided to come in and crash this party, so to speak. But that was the thing that made national headlines. That's what everybody saw. They saw that, like, that's Mayfield for you. Well, it wasn't. That wasn't Mayfield, because in the weeks that followed, there was another city council meeting, and people from Mayfield, a handful of them showed up that time with a petition signed by hundreds of people. This time, people really from Mayfield. And they told them in no uncertain words, this moment did not reflect our values as a community. And you people, our leaders, our elected officials, you need to make this right. That didn't show up in the national news. The story was done, and they moved on to the next, national scandal. But that was my town. I didn't know it at first, and I should have. Really, shame on me for not realizing it at that first meeting. The tensions were so high. But that next one, that was my town. Those were my people, and I walked away from that meeting proud that like my the people that I knew that I grew up with, they did stand up for people that were being kind of put upon unfairly. And now here's another example where they're dealing with hardship and they know others around them are dealing with hardship. So not only are they going to take care of themselves, but they're reaching out to others around them who need help. And that's my town. Those are my people. And I couldn't do a podcast episode without acknowledging that.